let's go and start our work. We'll go to AWS and then of course, you know how to get here, right? So let's quickly spin up our server. We'll select the simple one, and then we'll do next and SSH. Yeah, that's about all we need at this point. Yeah, launch with cars. All right. So we go to our what's that tool again? Mobile. We'll go to mobile extern, we'll load our mobile extern, we'll start our SSH session. We'll come here, we'll copy our public. You see it here, copy, and then we use cars, right? So we'll go to our mobile extern, we'll come here. Who is the user here? For advanced, what's our private key? All right, so are we ready now? So also had problem here. Let's see. What problem did we have? Okay, let's start. Let's do it. We'll use our cars as script. I don't know what issue we had here. Let's just close this session. Delete this session. Let's go for that. So session SSH Control V. Public IP address Control V. EC2 is here. Where's card? Right? Okay. All right. So we are good now. Clear. So can we start now? This is Linux.
Yes, we can.
All right, so let me quickly load our node. We are doing Linux, right? Okay. So what are we practicing today? Share. Okay, so what did we practice the last time? We practiced ls minus la, print working directory, OMI. Okay, so everything is good. EC2, and then we're in EC2 user. All right, so today let us do a bit of network administration. That is, create user accounts and then work with user accounts. That's what we want to do today. Create user accounts and work with user. Create user. All right. How to create and manage users. So there is a file where the system keeps the list of all users. That file is called password. Password. That's the name of the file. Move this window away. Okay, so cd root, print working directory. Where are we? We're in root directory. ls minus la. There are many directories. There's a directory called boot. This is where the boot files are kept. There's dev, there's etc. This etc is very important. This is where configuration files are kept. The system keeps all its configuration files in the etc directory. And your work is network administrator. So most of your files will be inside here. So let's change directory to etc. cd etc. Right? ls minus l for etc. All right. So many configuration files. All right. So many configuration files. Okay, so to find a particular file, instead of scrolling all the way looking for a file, you could do. Okay, so there's a command called ls. Then you can say grep. You do pipe grep for the particular file you are looking for. Maybe password, print working directory. We're in etc. ls minus la. You have all of this file. ls minus la, ls minus la, pipe grep for password. All right. So what does this mean? It means give me the full list of the directory like you normally do, but this time I'm looking for a particular file called password. Filter it and give me that one. So it filters the whole list of directory and gives you only the one we call password. So if you say cat this file password, what are you going to know? Cat. What are you going to see? You are going to see a list of all the users, different user accounts on this system. So the number one user account is root, all right? And then you have a user called bean, a user called daemon, a user called different users, all right? And then of course you have your own user, EC. Are you getting what I'm saying at all? So what I'm saying is this file is where the system keeps the list of all user accounts on the system. Because as network administrator, you need to know it to be used. So EC2 is a user on this system. That is why it is listed here. Root is a user on this system. That's why it is listed here. All right. So cat is the command to always find out what is contained in a file. Okay. All right. So to create a user, the command is user add. And then which user do we want to create? Let us create user code Coco. So user add is the command, but EC2 user is trying to create a user with the command user add Coco, and it's saying permission denied. What do you think the problem is? EC2 does not have permission, does not have authority to create user. So only root can create user. So it's either you change to your root by saying sudo su, and then you have moved from being EC2 to being root now. And then you can now say user add Coco. So it did not say permission denied anymore. it means that a user has been created with the name Coco. To find out if this is true, you cut the file of users. The file of users is password. And then you see that there is a list of different kinds of users by the system. There's EC2, and amongst them, there's also a user called Coco with 1001 just created. That's how to create a user. So I now say switch user to Coco. So I have moved from being root to working now as Coco. Is all of this making sense? So Linux is a server operating system. So there can be many administrators on a Linux system, all right? So once I hire a new administrator, I'm going to create an account for the administrator, especially not in cloud. Cloud is so different, but all the same. Okay, let's just come to low level now. So if I want to create an account for this new user, Coco, this is how to go about it. So that from now on, Coco now has an account on this system and can work from that. Only administrator can create account. It's either I change to administrator and create the account, or I use my sudo to create the account as EC2 use. How do I know that Coco is a user? By cutting the file password. All right, let's go over this, all of this more. Let's switch user back to EC2. EC2 user. Right? What's EC2 user password? Do I have a password? Wahala don't come. I don't have a password, so I'm not able to see. That's the problem. Okay, switch user, sudo s. What's Coco? Coco doesn't even have a password. It's not conventional. I'm hooked now. Yes, so switch user, exit. All right. Okay, so let's do it one more time. So what I'm saying is there is a new employee to this company. Say it's an administrator. I need him to be able to create files, move files, and do stuff for our 2 million subscribers that are being managed from this Linux server. So I want to create an account for him to be able to do all that. The command to create an account is user add. That's a new command. And then what is the name of the account you want to create? Maybe I want to use the person's name to create the user add Y. So I'm saying create the user account Y. That's the meaning of this thing. And then I press enter. Permission denied. What is the problem? And what's the solution to this problem?
You have to switch to the root before you can create an account.
Okay, that's the solution. But what's the problem?
The problem is the user EC2 user cannot create account.
Does not have permission to create. It's not authorized.
Permission, to create an account. It has to be from the root.
Okay. All right. That's good. So what's the solution now? What do I type?
Now put sudo.
Okay. Sudo before the command. Sudo
user add white.
Correct. So no more permission denied. Correct. So I now have white created. How do I convince myself that the account white has actually been created?
Now you cut it. You cut the user password.
Yes. And I'll see that white has been
1002.
Yes. Beautiful.